Hello, and welcome to the Cult of Tea and Dice Let's Play. I am Bloodied, and we are back with 2064 Read-Only Memories. Actually, it's probably 2064, because I think it's going to be a year. We'll go with 2064. 2064 Read-Only Memories. So, what I know about this game, not much. I don't even actually remember how I got it. I think I got... Okay, so this game has had 2 releases. The version you're seeing here is the latter version, which added voiceovers and some other little bits and piece changes in 2017. The original came out in 2014. I think I got this as a free upgrade. Ooh, it's fading. Ooh, it's doing. Ooh, we're getting an intro. We're getting an intro. I didn't even know it did that.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD.
It's 2064.
The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology.
Yay!
Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body.
And elves.
Millions
elves.
of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology.
And yes, that is the same voice actor as Lee
Easier
from
access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day.
Damn furries.
However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading
Parallax
humans
scrolling.
to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines.
Aw, you're being mean. Don't be mean.
Organizations, like the human revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things
Quiff
that
Man
make us
is
human.
mad at emo kangaroo. As you are. Yeah, and you've got a quiff
High
puppy.
above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further.
Robin Thicke.
And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Well, okay, that was intriguing. And a nice bit of exposition there, so let's actually click this time and stop waffling. Press button twice to skip. Oh, okay, so that was part of the intro. Okay. Anyway, now we're back to the main menu. Okay, so 2064, Read-Only Memories. Yeah, so as I know of this is, it's styled very much as a homage to Snatcher, which is a game Hideo Kojima did way back before Metal Gear Solid. Actually, he did it, came out the year after the first Metal Gear game. So options, and new game. Lips. Okay, now this is going to be the intro again, isn't it? So I'll just, I'll skip that, because we've seen it already. Prologue. Now you've got to have a prologue. And a pink sun, I think. Home, sweet home. Okay, this isn't voice acted, so I guess I'm reading my own lines. Home, sweet home. Oh, well, that's just telling me where I am. Okay, yeah, so this is... Okay, so this... Okay, maybe not so sweet. Oh, I'm just clicking buttons in the dialogue. Musty might be a better descriptor. Okay. Ooh, okay, so... It's my inventory, which has my ID card. Let's look at my ID card. A small plastic ID card with your name, picture, and stats. Ooh. Okay, there's a menu. Store. Coffee. Well, it is America. Okay, so I can look at the coffee, drink the coffee, talk to the coffee, use an item on the coffee. Coffee, the great equalizer, the one thing that the poor and rich alike need to chug through the day. You assume. Well, I don't. What's a book? Why am I looking at a book? Okay, let's talk to the coffee. This cup has really cooled off on talking. It lost the hots for you a while ago. Puns. Allegory would love this game already. Scoop the coffee. You take a sip of the old stale coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really close. Lovely. Okay. Look. A copy of Wigfield. Sometimes the old was best, especially to keep your window propped open. Saturday night, and you like the way it moves. A little old pop humour for you there. Look out window. Everyone loves a vertical sliding window. Slide currently broken. Window being propped open by that book. Maintenance request pending. I'm going pretty fast, I've not to read. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. Okay, so we can't have the book. Lappy? Who calls it a lappy? Seriously. Plant. This plant is in pretty bad shape. Isn't this supposed to be one of the easier plants to take care of? Okay, this... I feel personally attacked now. Poster? Okay, who's VNO? Your friend Hayden gave this to you. The group is old, but the music is timeless. That's what he said, at least. Okay, so Hayden's a friend of mine. Stack of papers? What is there? A stack of papers from your unpublished novel. Oh, so that's... Yeah, I'm definitely feeling personally attacked now. Pen and paper is the most tangible method, but if you're going to be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. No, your principles whine too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were in 2064? Probably. Actually, it's Hemingway. He'd probably just get really drunk and then shoot himself in the head again. He Ultra Beats headphones. A pair of GX Ultra Beats headphones, the ultimate in all-budget audio. You better try them out so you can start crafting your review. Oh, we have a job. Headphones, added items. Those you see how to do a proper review on. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. Oh, there's a sheet of paper here. A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. Okay. It also suits some aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? No, I don't. Don't tell me what I think, game. Sink. You don't know what exactly that news is. Neither it seems to be growing day by day. Do the washing up then, you lazy asshole. God, I'm a cyber slob. Bed. Your home within your home. Nothing like curling up under those blankets and escaping away for a while. You'd better submit your article before you turn in, or you won't have a place to sleep for long. Okay, so... Right, let's actually do some work then. Look at Lappy. Ah, good old Lappy. It may not be the most powerful, or the fastest, or have the best screen, but, well, it works. Sounds like my laptop. Let's boot up Lappy. Lappy is a bit of a relic. Night. Better finish it before bed. Okay, so we got OK Today, which I'm guessing is news. Journalogic, right here. Lips Live, that's YouTube. Lips Inbox. Okay. Today is Neo SF's most beloved morning show all about news and entertainment. People in Neo, Oklahoma are still confused by the name. This is the show's online newspaper called The Scanline. Today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. Journalogic isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still gets updates for a machine as old as yours. Lips Live. This is Lips Live, the premier online video network. This app is like a mesh of all active streams. Okay. So YouTube bought out everything. Inbox. Your inbox. A hell of so terrifying, so specific, so personal that no other living thing should dare enter. Luckily, you're the only person with the password. Okay, let's have a look. Spam mail. scam mail, bill, work mail, weekly update, invitation, promotional mail, rent mail. Spam mail. Get cheap crush. 100 credits. That is applied. 212 sims. Okay. Scam mail. Hello there. I am Princess Emma Thomas. Yes, the Princess Emma, heiress to the digital empire of the horse fortune. Right. I write you today, as I need your help to secure my great fortune. You see, it has become frozen, and I need to transfer it to at least 5 different accounts, or the World Bank will seize my credits, amounting to 420,194.1 credits. Not very much. Please, if you could send your personal credit ID marker to me immediately, so that I can send you your 20% of the fortune. I'll only reply that you send back upon receipt of the funds. You may get this money. There's literally nothing that can go wrong. So grab yourself some Vegemite, and welcome to the Queendom. What is this email? Your account is past due in the amount of 1,396.4 credits. Failure to restore your account brings up terminating service. Power plant power. Ah yes, that age-old choice between food or electricity. Work mail. Hey there, I'm the lead editor of WTF Sounds, formerly OMG Sounds. We're a new up-and-coming audio review feed looking for a hot talent who needs a platform for their work. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure, and if we like your stuff, could possibly throw some credits your way. Don't give people full-time exposure. Rent. According to this email, your rent is nearly due. Better get that article submitted soon. Promotional mail. A coupon for 5 credits back. Okay, back on a Hassie Infinity. A Hassie Infinity has all your daily calories with none of the nutritional value, like the opposite for diet version. An invite to come see the lighting ceremony of the Christmas tree downtown from your friends at Dr. Tricia Lee, DDS. I mean, she's no Britt Baker, but okay. Why would your dentist invite you to a lighting ceremony? Feels like a trap. Probably a trap. This is your weekly update from Vintage Tech, your #1 source for classical technology. Popular pieces this week: The King of Click, a retrospective on the classic Model N keyboard. Answer from the letter. Yep, request denied. Description cannot be modified. Son of a bitch. Okay, so let's go back. Let's have a look at the news. Current events article. A story about the human revolution. Human revolution remains vigilant in #StayHuman protests in Upper Market. December 19th. The human revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genus killings around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Genus, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organisation reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to UK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorised in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for our own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us, he continued, and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The Human Revolution stands behind their claim that Genus is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids for gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genus, in addition to new technology, are warping humanity into a very scary dark future. They're playing God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who we are to mess. We need to mess with our genes and suddenly turn everybody into who knows what, said one protester, who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as this story develops late into the holiday 2064 season. June Velma and OK Today. Charlie Nova. Okay.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere and Tonight in the Stars. Join Ryan D. Josio and the Hassy Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
And there's some of the voice acting. Sports article. Story about our hometown Neo SF 49ers. The Neo SF 49ers quest for 10 is back on. December 19th, Sunday's big game at New Candlestick brings an important question to everyone's mind. Can the 49ers punch their ticket to the playoffs and bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Neo San Francisco? It would mark the first win since the move to the New Candlestick following almost 50-year hiatus from the city. Since returning, they've had disappointing losses to the New York Giants and the Mexico City Luchadors. Best football team name ever. They've brought on a fresh coach, but controversy surrounds their new quarterback, Patricia Lopez, as some vocal sports fans continue to accuse her of having illegal cybernetic enhancements. Certain modifications or implants are banned by the league, but their official reports state there have been investigations into Lopez found no evidence to substantiate these rumours. It's relevant to point out that Lopez is the first woman to ever be quarterback in a major football team. The 49ers look to reclaim their top spot since the last win with their Super Bowl... No, I can't read that. Over the Tokyo Titans. I'm not that good with Roman numerals. I mean, what? 79? No, I don't know. Sunday's game is a rubber match, and the winner secures a spot in the playoffs between our Neo SF 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It'll be a close game, to say the least. Catch Sunday's results here first. For all things everything, I'm Junval Moran. OK Today. Okay, local news article. A story about a broken down Froyo stand. Holy shit. This is breaking news. Golden Gate Park vandalism on the rise. December 19th. Reports show that local foodie booth JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of a rogue Rob committing an act of vandalism. Maybe he just doesn't like Jeff Jarrett. The cart was evidently attacked and damaged by a large ROM that had no shell. Witnesses state the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearby trees on the western side of the park. This is the first case of a ROM being reported to live on its own in the wild as a stray. Police say that tracking down a potential owner of the ROM is likely impossible. Some speculate that the strange ROM may have been framed by vandals who set their crimes deliberately to make it appear to have been carried out by the ROM, rogue, or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us the rogue ROM is purely a myth that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businessmen have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to their models. Is this world ROM the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained. More as this story progresses. Mel Hopkins, OK Today. Okay, I've got an achievement for reading everything. So let's see what's on this Lips Live thing. The jigs will sync to Lappy automatically as you connect to one of the less pornographic feeds. Aww. Your best options are usually limited to video game streams, or concert recordings, and live cams of baby animals. Your choice is clear. Lappy speakers feel neglected, but now you have the first-hand experience to start actually writing the review. The first part of the work is done. You're so accomplished! Okay, so let's actually write this. Alright, time to get work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul, bit by bit, character by character. Finished! Now to send it off to the editor. There! Your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal. Surely. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed! Oh, I could look at more animals. Cute animals. I watched a live stream of some kittens playing. Aww. Okay, now I'll go to bed. Oh, wait. That'll give me some sleep. No, it's about my window. Ah! Oh my god, it's Mecha Kara. He's come to stab us.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Ah.
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments? Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC.
Okay.
Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro-actuators, so I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag. Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
You killed my laptop.
An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
Okay, I'm gonna throw you out the goddamn window. Goddamn gumball-looking motherfucker. All my work was on that.
I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do.
Yes, it is, you little shit. How did you break in here anyway?
I came in through the door, of course. The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious.
Thanks, that fills me with
It
confidence.
only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the Gamergate M/14723-B.
I knew my landlord was full of it when he said it was the best.
Don't feel too bad. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken.
Okay, that
And
amused me.
that you left it open.
Wait, you know my dog's birthday?
I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly. I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience. The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
Dave Meltzer really fucking loves that door, clearly. Oh, my window lock is broken?
Yes, I attempted to repair it, but it uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent. Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair. Not quite to my standards.
So, why are you here exactly?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden, until now.
Hayden Christensen? Hayden? Wait, you know Hayden Weber?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
I haven't seen Hayden in over a year. Where is he?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
Wait, what makes you believe that?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
But I never looked for a missing person. But I could try.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
Huh. We'll see about that.
Don't worry. If Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable.
Oh, I'm blushing.
If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left.
Was anyone out for Hayden?
I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Come on, multinational corporations. So, why would they want Hayden?
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me.
Who are you, anyway? What do you have to do with it?
Excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing. I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves.
How are you different from any other
regular
ROM?
ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
How would you know? One way or the other?
How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
Deep. I think we're getting a little too philosophical here.
You're
Good
right.
game.
I apologize for the tangent.
Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
Why not go to the police?
No,
They might be able
we
to help.
can't. One of the last things Hayden told me was to avoid the authorities. We must be cautious about who we inform of this. My calculations show that the possibilities of a leak are dangerously high. Corruption, despite being a challenge to public trust as well as cohesion of departmental policies, is still a possibility to consider. If it becomes public that Hayden has been kidnapped, his life may be put in further danger. His chances of escape would surely decrease. We must keep this to ourselves for now, please.
Alright, lead the way. Okay, it's 21st of December now. We are at Hayden's apartment.
That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
Perhaps a maintenance robot took care of it.
It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
Yeah, just be
Will
careful.
do.
Doesn't look like there was much of a struggle.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Aren't you programmed against harming humans?
Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Please don't.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
Well, glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But
You did the right thing by
Excellent
escaping.
point. Let's start searching for clues.
Right. Plant. This plant is doing much better than the one at home. I will say I'm digging the music. Okay, let's have a look at these photos. Pictures of Hayden travelling all over the world. Working at a company like Parallax ensures he'll be more than well off. Understood. You probably won't forget. Looks like anytime soon. Okay.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
How did you get there?
I took the fire escape.
Of course you did. Okay, let's complete a stack of books. What have we got there?
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
Ooh, a tablet.
Ah, that device.
Ooh, someone's jealous.
I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card. Without the memory card, this tablet is useless.
Okay, so looking for a memory card. This computer. Ooh, memory card. There we go. So let's use this memory card. Put the thing in the doohickey. Great.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections.
And they didn't notice it on the goddamn floor, because they're idiots.
If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures.
Tell us, Glenn, he was supposed to meet with someone named Tomcat today. Any digital bells?
Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district.
Okay, because you know San Francisco, you know how San Francisco is very gay? Castro is very, very gay.
I'll mark it on your city map.
I have a city map? Okay. Nice.
We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched.
My city map? Oh good, I didn't know about either.
Excuse me, I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you.
Hooray.
For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
This is an exciting thing, I promise.
It's probably not. Don't you notice everything about me already? You my first dog's birthday.
This is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go!
But I must.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system.
Lips. Goddamn lips, baby.
I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM.
Okay.
If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
Okay. Enter name. And I am Bloodied. Done.
Do you wish to keep this name?
Yes.
Thank you. I have input your name.
That's Bloodied.
Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
Oh, Gamergate's gonna be offended now. Okay, well, I'm defaulty McDefaulty cisgendered male, so he, him, his.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Oh, okay. Well, omnivorous, vegetarian, halal, more options. Kosher, gluten-free, vegan, alcohol-free, goddammit touring, more options. Okay, well, I am technically omnivorous, however, I think I'm going to go, so I can't actually drink anymore because I'm on antidepressants, so we'll stick to the alcohol-free.
Diet set as alcohol-free. Are you sure?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review.
Your name is Bloodied, your pronouns are he, him, and your diet is alcohol-free.
Does that sound right?
Correct.
Thank you. See, that was relatively painless.
True.
You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now.
I haven't finished searching this one. Look around a bit more.
Oh, all right. When you are ready to leave, just use your map.
Okay. Now we have a map option. Okay, let's get this broken tech here. A ROM component in Hayden's headset. He must have been in the middle of working on something. Yoink that. Busted. He must have dropped it in the skirmish. Game consoles. A few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always a fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Doral, and even a Familink. Oy. We gain the strength of presentation, we resist. So, you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now. TV. The television is looping through some of Hayden's feeds. Tech banter, Ted's code tips, augmented eye. There is no buttons on the screen, and there's no need to watch TV right now. Okay, can I access his computer?
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform.
You know how to get in? There might be clues.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time.
Why not? You had my door easily enough.
Used a much simpler set of algorithms with a much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms.
God, he's snug.
Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents.
Can't you just download the knowledge from the meshnet?
I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it. I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability.
Oh. Are you incapable of that kind of creative leap?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
That doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
Let's get back to searching. But I think I'm done searching, because I think we've got everything. Yeah, okay, let's go. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Okay.